Get out! No, there's not even next time. Get the
The video you see shows Courtney Clenny, an Onlyfans model, in a violent argument with her boyfriend just 2 months before she fatally stabbed him. Onlyfans can be the fortune or misfortune of the girls who use it. A pact with the devil. Let's see today's case. Clenny, originally from the Austin area in Texas, in some ways resembles Amber Heard, who was born in the same place and became a popular case in 2022, with the trial involving her ex-husband, Johnny Depp. However, that case did not end in the worst way. Clenny, known online as Courtney Taylor, had 2 million followers on Instagram at the time of her arrest. Having grown up on YouTube, she had created a channel focused on fitness and female beauty. The channel is still online. Later, she abandoned it to focus on Instagram and OnlyFans, platforms more suited to beautiful women like herself. Her career allowed her to earn millions of dollars in a short time until the tragic end. Today, at 27 years old, Clenny is charged with murder for the death of her 28-year-old ex-boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, which occurred on April 3, 2022, in their luxury Miami condo. The model claims that Obumseli was abusing her and that she acted in self-defense during an argument. But did events really unfold that way, or is there more to the story? Some videos provided by the police and the prosecutor accusing her seem to raise doubts. In the months following the tragic incident, investigators delved into the couple's relationship, described by friends as incredibly unstable. On one side was a spoiled, egocentric woman. On the other, a submissive man described as jobless. But let's go back in time. It's 2020. A police officer stops a car that has just hit other cars in motion. What the officer sees will astonish him. A beautiful young girl completely drunk and in a confused state.
Hi. Hi. Do me a favor, I want you to stay right where you are, okay? Awesome. Okay. Hey, what's happening?
What'd you say?
What's happening?
What?
What's happening?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing? Do you know where you are right now?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, where are you? I'm gonna give you some space. I want you to step out. I want you to walk to the back. And see that patrol vehicle right there? I want you to walk towards that patrol vehicle.
Oh my God.
You're okay. Go ahead.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Well, we're doing social distancing, so I don't want to be rude. I'm trying not to extend anything. Where were you headed to today, ma'am?
Huh?
Where were you headed to?
I don't know.
You don't remember? Okay. Do you realize you're in a car accident?
Huh?
Do you realize you're in a car accident?
No, I don't.
From you. I'll get started on the brown forms. You having a good day today?
No.
Oh.
What's going on and
Yeah.
kind of why we brought you over here?
Yeah.
Why?
I do. Because I'm too drunk.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
obviously, you know, I do smell the odor of alcohol on you. I noticed you're staggering walking. You know, your pupils are.
I didn't.
You didn't? I don't understand.
No. I haven't.
You have not drank.
No, I have not. I have not.
Okay. Not you have not drank today.
I have not drank today.
Okay.
No.
Okay. You were drinking yesterday. Yesterday though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time did you start yesterday? Actually have you breathe inside of, and it gives us an alcohol reading.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to take one of those tests?
Sure.
Take a deep breath in. Exhale out and blow, 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 blow. Pardon? I am placing you under arrest for driving while intoxicated.
She is arrested for driving under the influence. It is unclear why she was in that state, perhaps due to ongoing arguments with her boyfriend, or possibly due to alcohol dependence. The young couple had been together since 2020, while Courtney's followers and earnings continued to grow. In January 2022, they moved from Texas to Miami, into an apartment costing $10,000 a month in rent. It appears the model covered the rent and nearly all other expenses. From here began the major arguments, including abuse of alcohol and drugs. In February 2022, according to TMZ, the couple went to Aspen, Colorado, for a social media content trip. During that trip, the couple had an explosive argument in front of at least one other person who recorded the interaction on their phone. The video shows Clenny claiming she was not sober, trying to hit Obumseli multiple times, who holds her off and grabs her arms. Clenny also accuses Obumseli of flirting with other girls during the trip, which he denies. After nearly 3 minutes of yelling and nonsensical arguments, Clenny tells Obumseli to leave the house. He replies that she will never see me again and calls her the most selfish bitch in the world. At one point, Courtney decides to evict Obumseli from the apartment, but he refuses and, according to some witnesses, repeatedly asks for money from her, claiming he was not paid for his services as a bodyguard or social media manager. Just 2 days before the murder of Obumseli, Clenny told authorities that she was actually the one being abused. The clip shows a frantic Clenny forcefully telling officers that she needs a restraining order against Christian Obumseli. At that moment, the officers were responding to a dispute called in by the building's manager. "I have not always been the victim, but right now I am, and I'm scared to walk my dogs," she tells the officers in the video. A security guard in the lobby with Clenny adds that when he arrived, Obumseli was charging towards her and attempted to follow her into the elevator. A building employee also explains that this wasn't the first time they had to call the police for the couple, and that they were about to be evicted for making too much noise. On April 3rd, just 2 days after the fact, the girl stabbed the boy in the heart inside the same luxury skyscraper. On the day of the tragic climax, April 3rd, 2022, authorities responded to One Paraíso Residences, the luxury condo in the Edgewater district of Miami, for reports of a stabbing. When they arrived at the scene, they were shocked. There was blood everywhere, and a girl was covered in it, like the cover of a Stephen King book. One of the officers was the same one who had spoken to the girl 2 days earlier. Obumseli was suffering from a chest wound. He was injured but still alive. It appears that Clenny, after the stabbing, instead of calling for an ambulance, called her mother in Texas, wasting precious minutes. The police also lost time by handcuffing Obumseli, who was nearly unconscious. The man was urgently transported to the hospital, where he died shortly after. He was just a week shy of his 28th birthday. In the video, Clenny is heard saying she was organizing a trip to Barcelona for her boyfriend.
How old is he? How old is he? He's 27. He's about to turn 28 in like 2 weeks. 27 years old. We have his birthday planned for Barcelona.
But just 2 days before, she asserted to the officers who had visited the scene that she wanted a restraining order against him. It's unclear whether she wanted to end the relationship or not. Investigators stated that Clenny and Obumseli had a toxic, unstable, and violent relationship and sought and produced evidence to support this. Multiple audio recordings of their arguments were found on Obumseli's phone, including one where Clenny used racial slurs and cursed him. Additionally, security footage from the elevator in their Miami condominium captured Clenny pushing and punching Obumseli multiple times. Police spent months investigating their relationship, which friends described as often tense and unstable. Following the incident, Clenny first moved back with her parents in Texas, where she reportedly continued abusing alcohol, and then to a rehabilitation center in Hawaii. However, in August, a turning point occurred when a lawyer for the victim's family requested an autopsy, arguing that the fatal blow could not have been accidental. After reviewing videos and interviewing witnesses, police arrested Clenny in Hawaii and extradited her to Florida. Since then, she has been charged with second-degree murder in connection to the death of Obumseli. Prosecutors have argued that Clenny attacked Obumseli and fatally stabbed him. Clenny claimed she was defending herself against Obumseli's abuse. Her lawyers contend that she is a victim of domestic violence who acted in self-defense. One of her attorneys, Frank Prito, stated that police body cam footage supports his client's claims. She was fighting for her life. She defended herself, and unfortunately, he died, but she defended herself with every ounce of energy she had left. In early 2024, Clenny's parents were also arrested at their home in Texas and extradited to Florida, later released on bail. The reason was for accessing Obumseli's computer without permission, which they had retrieved from the girl's apartment shortly after the incident. Clenny was initially released but remains behind bars without bail as the trial proceeds.